All right, guys, we're back with another Kolibri, even though I said I was never going to do another one, but here's another one. It's super tough, guys, super tough typewriter to work on. This one's really good. It types really great, and it's in perfect condition. We got a new platen in from JJ Short, and removing the platen on this, you go out this direction, and it helps to leave. I'm just going to kind of breeze over it, guys, because I can't spend 5 hours. It's already going to be like a struggle on this to put it back into place. I'll tell you that right now. It's going to take me a lot of time just to get the platen in its spot. So it helps to leave this lever, your paper release lever, in place because it's loose and floating, and the rod will hold that in place. So don't take this cover off if you're just doing a platen. Keep it set in there, because once you take this cover off, you have to re-feed in all of this stuff. So keep everything you can together. And then on this side, well, first of all, you have the paper table, which is floating itself also. It's also loose, so this can just move around and lift up, but there's two pegs. You got to balance those on the pegs. And then on the eraser table, there's this little lip guy here that keeps it from flipping all the way up, but that means you have to put the platen in this slot and then push it down in here. And while that's happening, you have this Platen Advance gear system, and that's how it should be. And that's loose too. That'll just come right out if you pull this rod out. You can see it now. It's just flopping. There it goes. So that's how it goes onto the top like that, and then this little dog bone or the dog leg goes in this little notch area. The tip of my finger is pointing right there, and so you'll push that up into this. Make sure this dog bone or dog leg is up on the top of there, and then once you get that into place, I'm not going to be able to do it with one hand since it's already knocked out. Then you have this other loose piece. So not counting the fact that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loose pieces to juggle all at once. Now you have to put this in up against, like, so this thing's in the way. It's going to be in the way. Get out of here. We'll just reset that later. See, look, you just tap the lever, and then that falls off. Then you have this. This is your detent for the gear. The gears will be facing this way with the shark tooth pointing towards you, so it can, when you pull this lever, that thing that we pulled out pushes it that direction to advance. And you'll have to wedge this into this slot, and this detent back here is spring loaded. So if you can see, I can't even look through the camera and do it. So this thing is spring loaded. So you'll have to put it in there like so, up against its spring, and hold it in place. And then once you get these 3 things in line with this thing in here as well, you'll just feed your platen rod into the side here and kind of use that to hold the works together. Let me see if I can get this in here. Probably not with one hand. But sorry guys, not a good typewriter to work on. Anyway, you'll get your platen rod fed through the gear system. There it goes. And you'll just stick it through enough to hold that stack into place, so the platen rod doesn't poke out of the hole there. And you're kind of just balancing it on the rod, holding everything together. And then while that's balanced, you have to feed the platen in and line all that up with getting inside like that, and then to this side, and this is in the way. So it helps to take off your card guide, but you still have other things to deal with, like this right here. So it's all just a matter of holding these 7 or 8 things together all at once that are flopping around, and then just kind of I'm hoping everything just slots into place. And I will probably fight this for a good hour, because as soon as this wheel falls off the end of that little nubbin that we're using to support the stack, you have to start all over again. So you have to pull this out and then use 2 hands to line it up, push the spring plate back. It's just not fun typewriter to work on. It's a great typewriter in itself, but it's not engineered well for repairs for the layman, the people that don't have the training to do it. Or, I mean, if you're putting this Platen in probably 100 times a day, sure, you got the muscle memory to do it. But when you don't have the muscle memory to do it, you're just fumbling around finding the best possible way to do it. And we're not a Kolibri factory over here, but we'll get it done and taken care of. And then once you get that Platen settled in, you'll push the rod all the way through, and then you have to line it up on this side with this. The rod will go through that and on there, and then you can reattach your knobs and so on and so forth. But it is tough, guys. I had somebody ask me about it before, asked to do a video. I can't do a video of doing it because it's way inside here. My head's going to be in the way. I don't have the right camera angles to work with it, unfortunately. My camera mount is off to the side, and it's going to be like a trial and error thing where it takes me multiple times. I will be lucky if it goes in correctly the first time. And you don't want to see an hour and a half of me just cursing at a tiny Kolibri. But I hope this kind of gives you guys a guide about what to expect. Oh, and then don't forget that all of the feed rollers are loose too. So the feed rollers on the loose table, the loose feed rollers. So you literally have 11 to 45 things to balance on your head while you're trying to put the Platen in. So have a good weekend, guys. We'll talk to you later.